Don't think we've started yet. I'm waiting for it to start rolling. Sometimes it gets hung up.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's starting. And they're going to
All
say,
right.
you're late and gay.
We're rolling the intro again. Let's go. And we are live. Welcome into Geeks and Gamers Daily. Not late, not gay, not at all. We are here. We are on time, and it is awesome. What's going on, Beardo in the house?
Nothing much. I stayed up way too late last night playing Space Marine. But it's good to be on Geeks and Gamers Daily today. I'm sure that there's not going to be any roasting in the super chats today, so I'm excited for that.
Never is.
Never. We would never grift, and the chat would never call us gay, ever.
No, it would never happen. Never happen. But no, Space Marine 2. So how you enjoying it?
I love it. I can't stop playing it. The operations mode just adds a whole nother dynamic to the game apart from campaign. Still haven't tried out the PvP yet, but as soon as I'm done getting every single mission on operations mode at every single difficulty, then I'm going to jump into PvP. But it's endless fun. So I did jump the gun a few weeks ago when I said I was a little disappointed in the size of Space Marine 2's campaign. The game offers so much more with the operations and the PvP. I can't stop playing it. It's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to playing that. I've been playing G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra, the new beat 'em up game for G.I. Joe, and I mean, it's not bad. It's very basic. If you're not a G.I. Joe fan, there's probably no reason for you to play the game. I personally am enjoying it just because I get to play as Snake Eyes, and you have G.I. Joe characters and all of that. The music's a little let down considering it's a G.I. Joe game. It's just a basic beat 'em up, which it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just that it's just bland and boring if you're not a Joe fan. So, Jeremy, volume, is my volume low? Look, it's a StreamYard issue. It's a StreamYard issue. There's nothing I can do. StreamYard is all jacked up. It's not my fault. It never is my fault. I take no responsibility whatsoever. And that's just the end of the discussion. It's Beardo's fault.
I respect it. Well, wait, hey, come on, take it easy here, okay? Take it easy.
Hey. So, I mean, it's just your typical beat 'em up. I haven't tried it with multiplayer yet, so having multiple people play. I'm sure that will change it up a little bit, but you need to be a G.I. Joe fan to enjoy it, and if you're not, then I don't think you're going to enjoy it at all. So that's just my take on it right there. But I'm looking forward to playing Space Marine 2. I really want to play that. Let's see. Jeremy, check your mic. Also, there's a Fig as host. Just a heads up. What's wrong with my mic? Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. They're saying Beardo's way too high. No, my volume is just perfect. I just think you guys just need to wake up, okay?
I think they're being mean. I think they're being mean. You know somebody's not being mean? Dom H with 5 gifted memberships.
Let's
not
go.
Being mean at all. Very, very, very nice. Golden Nuggets is 2 beautiful men, truly inspirational. Did you get hacked?
You got to knock this off, Golden Nuggets, okay?
Did you get hacked? You must have gotten hacked.
I think so.
DreamOn86 with a new membership. Thank you. They're doing it again. It says nice red shirt, Beardo.
Thank you.
There you go.
It is red.
Oh man. But yes, outside of playing video games and not Fortnite, can you believe that? We didn't even discuss that Shaq is in Fortnite now. Are you excited about Shaq being in Fortnite, Beardo?
I don't care. Like the fact that Lady Gaga has a skin of Fortnite, Ariana Grande has a skin of Fortnite, now Shaq has a skin. Do you think any of these people have ever played a second of Fortnite? No, but yet they get a skin in Fortnite. I don't care, man. I'm just going to run around as Batman in Fortnite forever.
Yeah, hey, that's right. Snake Eyes here. You're Batman. That's just, that still is the best video game experience for Snake Eyes that I've ever had is Fortnite. That's just it.
Probably, huh?
it really is. I mean, the old school NES games were actually really fun too. Those are better than the current G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra. Those old school G.I. Joe games, those were fantastic. The first one I have it, but the G.I. Joe game on NES out of the package runs for like $125 right now. Like out of like open and out, just a cartridge is like $125 out of the package. I have not seen one in the box. I imagine that probably goes for $300. If I saw that, I might pick it up. Like that, I really love that game from back in the day. Pete, go ahead.
No, I'm saying we're getting to a time now where we're gonna start seeing like GameCube games. It's already happening. GameCube games and PlayStation 2 games. Now those games are going to be jacked up to all hell.
GameCube games have been expensive for a long time. Actually, for the last several years, GameCube games have been go look up, go try to buy Mario Kart Double Dash right now.
Yep,
it's minimum $100. Minimum.
So I still have my copy.
Yeah, it's minimum $100. You could go. There's some GameCube games that are just insane, $200, $300, $400. GameCube games are insanely expensive and in high demand. But Pete for 10 says, I'm more behind the times than Ripa and Connery. But is this Geeks Gamers house still a thing? Haven't seen any vids about it lately, or I'm blind. G&G house shut down. Thanks, Joe Biden. But really, I was just getting to be too expensive to manage it. So yeah, that was a while back. Actually, it's been like 7-8 months.
Almost a year.
So 7 or 8 months. But yeah, it was too expensive. And me being, away from family and all that was just way too much. So no, it was
a fun little experiment. We had some good times in there.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, but yeah, it wasn't sustainable. Just, sad, but you know what? You had to move forward. And 70 for Double Dash, according to price charting. Is that in the box? Last I saw it in a store was like $100 in my favorite retro store here in Pensacola, Florida. Andrew CR says, "Hail Jeremy, a heterosexual manly man with manly eyebrows and beardo, not fat." There you go. CBS moderator says, "Thank you, Jeremy, for your detailed explanation, but we have so much to get to." That's a meme from the damn debate the other day. Yeah, exactly. Max Falcon says, "Beardo, good thing you corrected your view on Space Marine 2. Expects a visit from the Inquisitor for any further hearsay. Blessed as the Emperor, Jeremy is a fig."
Or the Emperor.
Yeah, there you go. So, all right. So we do have a lot to talk about, and an interesting article dropped this morning, which it's just hilarious, dude. Like these people just, I can't believe that they continue down this path. But Disney Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen, Disney Star Wars. Let's see, where's it at here? Right here. So, Disney Star Wars. Hollywood Reporter says, "Is Disney bad at Star Wars?" An analysis. This shit's been going on since 2017 now. Okay? And here we are in 2024. 2024.
Wild, man. Wild. Just let it die. But they can't. They can't help themselves.
Yeah. I mean, I just they are obsessed. They're obsessed with this shit. Like, this is why the mainstream media is so out of touch. Is Disney bad at Star Wars? Like, it's 2024. It's been bad since 2015, to be real. Like, yes, a lot of us fell for the fool's gold of Force Awakens, but it's been bad since 2015. And here we are 9 years later. And the Hollywood Reporter, one of the biggest outlets in all of the mainstream shill media, can't even just say it. They have to ask this loaded question. Like, of course it's fucking bad. But they're trying to break it down. High budgets, scrapped projects, fan backlash. It's been 12 years since Disney bought Star Wars, and its galaxy far, far away arguably has too many broken toys.
Not to mention, they didn't even mention the complete deconstruction and demoralization of legacy characters and Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and now they're trying to bring Hayden Christensen back out to ruin Anakin Skywalker for us in the Ahsoka series. Like, just leave it alone.
Well, it's truly it's had a disease. The disease has spread. They did not cut the disease out, so now the disease has completely overrun it. Now, I've said a million times recently that if tomorrow a project was announced with the right people involved and the right storytelling and the right respect to George Lucas, could it and would it be successful? Yes, of course it would. Of course it would. But that's not going to happen. And we know that that's not going to happen because we're 12 years into this. 12 years, as I just said right there. 12 years since they bought it. But in all reality, so, I mean, like I said, 2015 is when we got our first Disney Star Wars movie, a massive success, The Force Awakens, $2 billion. You had the fan base was really, really motivated, whether that was the prequel era, whether that was the original trilogy or any new fans that came into the fold. You kind of had the heavy majority of fans were all on board after The Force Awakens, and they pissed that away quickly over the next couple of films. Since then, you've had The Mandalorian, which was I don't know, man. Like, The Mandalorian was a huge success. There's no doubt about that, and you can't deny that season 1 and season 2 were big successes. But they pissed that away very quickly. Now you have the Mandalorian movie that's going to be coming out very soon, and I just don't see any way that there's going to be any major successes for them. Star Wars Outlaws just came out, and it's a monumental failure. The Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order were very good, big successes. But
that's about the only good things that they've done.
Yeah, that's about it.
Really. In hindsight, those games are the only good things that they've done, apart from Mandalorian, but they screwed it. Like, at least they haven't screwed those Jedi Survivor games yet, but they screwed up Mandalorian with season 3. They screwed up the sequel trilogy. They've screwed up everything just apart from those games. Because like you said before, in hindsight, like, there's properties where the sequel didn't damage the first movie in certain IPs, but you can't go back and watch Force Awakens in the same light because of what happened with The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. You can't go back and watch Mandalorian season 1, season 2 because what happened in season 3. They have fucked up everything.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I don't even want to watch like any of it, original trilogy, any of it. I don't even care.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I still go back.
No, I mean, I'm saying I don't. It's not like it's really affected it, but I'm saying, like, going back and watching it, it's just like, fuck Disney, like, they own all this shit now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not to mention Mark Hamill and his absolute psychotic ways on social media. Like, it's all just been tainted in some capacity. But yeah, obviously I still love the original trilogy and I love the prequels. That's why I've been talking about playing Battlefront 2, Battlefront 2017, because I still do love the world of Star Wars, and I still enjoy that. But it's just like, man, how much worse can this shit get? And I don't even know. I don't know if there's always going to be some relevancy with Star Wars. It's always going to be relevant to some extent because it's such a massive property. But I feel like they've reached the bottom. I mean, Star Wars Outlaws is a classic example. After a month, the game has sold 1 million copies. They were hoping to sell 3 to 5 million after 3 months, I think is what Ryan said the forecast was. That's a monumental failure with a huge budget behind it. The Acolyte gets canceled after 1 season. Ahsoka's ratings were not great. Andor was something that a lot of people did enjoy, but they had turned so many people off to that it didn't have the greatest ratings. Obi-Wan Kenobi was another one that was just a complete disaster. Book of Boba Fett was a disaster.
I completely forgot about the Boba Fett series.
Yeah. Mandalorian season 3 was a disaster. Like, everything that they're bringing out right now. Am I forgetting anything right now? Recently, well, yeah, I said the Acolyte got canceled. Okay. I guess Skeleton Crew is the next thing that they have coming out, which I don't care about the Skeleton Crew. I'm not even probably going to watch it. It's not even on my radar.
Bad Batch. They had the Bad Batch too.
Bad Batch. I didn't watch Bad Batch. Andor, your favorite, right? Andor.
The most
most people liked it. Most people liked Andor.
I'm sure it was fine. I didn't watch it. I just don't care. Like when there's a character like the Solo movie, we already know what happens to Andor. He dies like a fucking little bitch on the beach with fucking whatever her name is, Jin. Like he died like a fucking bitch in whatever, Rogue One, okay? I don't give a fuck about Andor, okay? I don't care. And then they're gonna give him a massive 12-episode series where they can only fucking scrape the bottom of the barrel for 6 episodes for Obi-Wan Kenobi, one of the greatest Jedis of all time, most people's favorite fucking Jedi ever, Obi-Wan. They can barely just get 6 episodes for the guy. He's sidelined. He's not even the main character in his own show because we had to get fucking Reva. And what a shitty fucking character. But Andor, a guy nobody cares about, died like a bitch. He gets 12 episodes? No. Fuck you.
Even Gary's asking, what's Andor? I love this.
Exactly. Nobody cares about Andor.
It's the classic, like, just intentionally calling something the wrong name. Like whenever you see a hot chick and you know she's got a douchebag boyfriend, you say his name different.
Yeah.
That's not his name. Oh, just laugh.
Oh, who cares?
Andor, baby. So we're gonna see. I mean, again, this is a hilarious article that puts it into complete perspective. The answer is yes. Disney Star Wars is bad. I'm going to do a full breakdown of this article because it's going to be good to kind of go through each and every point that they're making. And but I even remember, like, you saw the pieces early on with The Force Awakens, like the narrative that like there were racist and sexist fans that were against Rey and Finn, and you're like, shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. Like they found like a couple of tweets from a couple of random people, and they built this ridiculous narrative out of it. It was so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, even in the movie itself, like you get Kylo Ren, who's been training to be a Jedi his entire freaking life. And then you get Rey, who didn't even discover that she had Force powers until a few hours before. And then she just picks up a lightsaber and completely just humiliates Kylo Ren. Like we've seen them planting the seeds in there. That Rey is just the fucking bestest ever. Before we seen it in Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, we seen it there where we're like, well, that doesn't kind of make sense.
Yeah. And the whole point is, have we gotten any Star Wars related to the sequel trilogy characters since The Rise of Skywalker? No, because no one cares about these characters. I know that we have this announced Rey movie that's supposedly coming out very soon. I don't think it's happening. I know there's been a lot of speculation, you know, and I mean, like, so you had Rey, you had Poe, you had Finn, and you had Kylo Ren.
Right.
We've had nothing with those characters. Nothing.
Yep. Well, and also video games too. The only video games that those characters appeared in was Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
There's been no video games with those characters. There was no movie video games. There's no spin-off video games with those characters. They have done nothing with these characters. Excuse me. That they want you to care so much about, to the point where even in the parks, those are the only characters that you see in Star Wars land at the parks, but they have done nothing with these characters, yet they're so important that they're going to sideline all of the legacy characters in the parks or in video games, but these characters, Rey, Poe, Finn, and Kylo Ren, they're not in any video games. You don't have any movie time video games or spin-off movie video games with those characters, but they're so fucking important to them, but they're doing nothing with them. They handled it fucking disastrously.
Yeah. And yeah, you can, if you want to include the Lego games, they were in those, but I don't really consider that. Like that's those are obvious, you know, but like he's talking about an actual spin-off game that's like designed around it with the full production behind it and things like that. Because I mean, if that's the case, you can just say, well, they were in Fortnite too. It's like, well, that's not, you know what I mean? So that's not, that's just if in all honesty, Fortnite's probably the best representation of those characters, like any of the Star Wars characters. Like the best Star Wars we've gotten truly is probably Fortnite.
Dude, imagine how badass, like when Mandalorian was peak after season 2, if you had a Mandalorian video game with like that would have been awesome. But the only video game that we have the Mandalorian character in is Fortnite.
Yeah, that's it. And you're not going to get anything else because their marketing and their decision making is so bad that they don't understand. Like they probably didn't know that Mandalorian was going to be this massive success. If they would have had a system in place to take full advantage of all of that, like they didn't even have Baby Yoda merchandise out.
Correct.
Which I think that I think that they were probably, I think there was reports that they were trying to keep that, a secret and all of that. I don't know.
I'm still not convinced that they knew how much of a hit Baby Yoda was going to be, because if they had any idea, it took them like 2 years to officially get like a Baby Yoda like plushie or action figure out there, like a doll. Like it took them forever, to the point where people on Etsy were making their own Baby Yoda stuff, because there was such a high demand for it that I don't think they knew that Baby Yoda was going to be as big a hit as he was.
Yeah.
Or else they would have been on top of it.
Yeah, because they lost a lot of money in the beginning with not having merch and everything like that. So, but chicks loved it 100%. Bull Bear. It was a big kind of like, and that's why it wasn't sustainable to the Star Wars brand. Baby Yoda was this big hit with moms and gay dudes, and that really, that's not a sustainable audience at all. And it's just not for Star Wars.
Right.
But it was a huge hit. They made a lot of money off of it. It was the biggest viral sensation we've seen in a long time. And but they didn't take full advantage of it, which has been a problem. There is a leadership problem at Disney, like I've said 1,000 times. There is a leadership problem. This is all about leadership. It's that simple. Leadership. It matters. There's a reason that Rian Johnson goes and works on Breaking Bad episodes, and they're phenomenal. And there's a reason that he goes and works on a Disney Star Wars project, and it's dog shit because of the lack of leadership at Lucasfilm. That's it. That mean how far did Solo get along in the production? They said like 90-something% done with Lord and Miller before Kathleen Kennedy decided to fire them because it wasn't going in the direction she wanted. Well, how did it get 90% done? Were you not watching? Were you not keeping tabs on this? Were you not paying attention?
Wild.
No, she wasn't.
Yep. So, and then Ron Howard, who at least used to be a brilliant filmmaker. They're like, hey, Ron Howard, let's dig him up out of the grave and let's and try to finish this movie. And then Ron Howard, he gets tasked with this, and there was really nothing that he could fucking do. They're like, oh, let's bring back Ray Park to play Darth Maul for a scene. Remember Darth Maul from Phantom Menace? Oh yeah, well, he's in Solo.
So again, I'll get further into this article in a video, because this is going to be too damn funny just to not focus on. But is Disney bad at Star Wars? The simple answer is yes. Yep. Absolutely, no doubt about it. All right, Beardo, let's see. I'm gonna unstar everything that I've read so far. Cool. And then I'll let you pick up on it. Damn it! Cool. I think I deleted something. We'll start there. Yo, you can start there. Okay,
we got Dream On with a new member. Welcome to the 199. Dream On. Thank you for the commitment.
I got rid of. There you go.
Okay, here we go. We got the Paladin with a $10. Look up Pokemon Box, rarest Pokemon and GameCube game. American version, only sold for 6 months at the Pokemon Center in New York City. Got it on a trip with my dad in 2004 and signed by both voice actors for Ash Ketchum. Hey, that's cool.
Nice.
That's cool, man. Hang on to that one.
Dude,
the Demon Slayer.
Seriously, GameCube games are kind of crazy how expensive they are right now. It's really wild.
Yep, so we're getting to that time. AD the Demon Slayer with a $2. MJSA hashtag make Jeremy straight again. That's impossible. Jason Cole with a 5. Indictment. Why is there a C in there? Indictment against Trump revised by Jake Smith. Why'd you throw a C in there?
And it's Jack Smith. He spelled it wrong, but it's Jack Smith.
Okay, Jack Smith. Eric Guidewall with an 18 months. Disney Plus took down all of Steven Spielberg's Indiana Jones, meaning the only good trilogy of Indiana Jones. It's true. Why is there a C in there, man? Come on. Why is there a C in there? Ministry of Wrong Think. Indictments.
New meme just dropped.
Why is there a C in there?
Have you ever heard the word indictment?
Yeah. I don't. There's a lot of words I'm sure that I haven't heard of.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe. Anyways, Ministry of fucking Danky's in here, son of a bitch. New Danky video tomorrow. Ministry of Wrong Think for a 199. Hollywood Reporter using Internet Explorer. Yeah. Tomac with a $10. Please, Beardo, PS2 games have been going up for a bit. Try looking up Xenosaga. Okay, yeah, I believe you.
What about Space Invaders X?
Dude, you can't even find Space Invaders X, man. I'd love to play Space Invaders X, but that was PS1.
It's just so funny, dude.
Dude, I don't understand. There's a lot of people that like Space Invaders X.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Not really.
Tobias Nexus, well, you're just not good at video games. Tobias Nexus for a 13 months,
Space
12
Invaders,
years.
yes. But not
Space
like,
Invaders X.
Yeah, but like the fact that you tried to make this whole thing about like
I didn't try to make this whole thing.
You were
Craig
like,
made it a whole thing.
You were like, the reason it probably hit $1 billion is because they included Space Invaders X.
No,
like,
that is not what I said. That is not what I said. I said also including. I said I wonder if they're also including Space Invaders X into there.
But it's like, what did it sell? Like a 500,000 copies, maybe.
I don't know. We can find it. We can look it up. I guess.
Look up, like Space Invaders X is not going to take it to the next level. It's just not going to do it.
But that's not what I said. I just was saying. I wonder if they included it.
I mean,
I didn't say, oh yeah, that's why it made $1 billion. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. Here we go. Space Invaders X sales.
But yes, in terms of I'll cover. I'm doing a cover cast later tonight, so I will cover all the stuff with Jack Smith and the indictment.
Yeah. See, it's only giving me the regular Space Invaders numbers. So my question was, I was just wondering if they were lumping Space Invaders X into the original Space Invaders copies, or if it was a completely separate game with its own individual sales. That was the only thing I was saying. And then Craig turned into this big thing.
It was funny because it really wouldn't matter if they added Space Invaders X to Space Invaders overall sales over the decades it's been out. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't make a difference. It's not what
just asking a question.
It wouldn't send it over the top. It's not like there's gonna be like, well, if we add another,
I never implied that it did.
Sales,
I wasn't implying that. Oh yeah, Space Invaders X. That's what got it to $1 billion. I never said that. That's why it got 9 million sales. That's not what I was saying. I was saying I was just wondering if they were including it in there. Jeez Louise.
We got to figure out how many copies Space Invaders X sold. So
I just looked up Space Invaders X sales, and it's just giving me the regular Space Invaders sales.
Nope, I got you.
You got it?
VG charts. Let's see what VG charts says.
Okay.
It doesn't even look like there's any data at all. This is for the PlayStation,
it was that
right?
Successful.
This is for the PlayStation, right?
Numbers were too big; they can't even record it.
Is it just for the PlayStation 1?
PlayStation 1, yeah. I'm sure it might have been on Dreamcast too.
So, yeah, right here, I don't even see any data for it. So it's not even like
it was that successful.
There's no data for it.
It was that good, huh? Man, what a game, dude.
So there's not even any data. So there you go, Beardo. So no, apparently they didn't include Space Invaders X.
They probably did. That's why you can't find any data, because it's included in the Space Invaders. That was the only thing I was saying, okay? Tobias Nexus for 13 months, 12 years of failure. The new Star Wars movie, cancers need to be removed when they're small and manageable. It's nearly impossible to remove later. Well said. We got The Raven and the Writing Desk for a 9-month recommitment. Thank you. We got Nandy O for a $10. The only way Star Wars can get back to form is if Lucasfilm is bought by a third party, retcon the sequels, pull an Elon, and go forward 100 to 200 years into the future. No connection to the Skywalker saga.
That is the only way. I mean, you have to move forward and just kind of detach from all current stuff going on. And that's not going to happen more than likely, but that is the only way that it can be saved. But it's highly unlikely.
Yep. We got Jojen Paste for 3 months. Sorry if I'm late to the party, but did y'all hear that Chrissy and Ryan had a small cameo in a Brett Cooper video?
I did. Yeah, we talked. We mentioned it briefly yesterday. I haven't watched it, but I heard about that.
That's cool. 8 o'clock with a $5. Sounds like Beardo needs to go on every frame a pause. Mahler loves Ondor.
Ondor.
Thank you for the $5.
That's EFAP.
Yeah. Osmora for an 18 months. They shouldn't give new characters games. They'll never top episode 3, the game. We were just talking about that the other night on Monday. Episode 3, the movie video game, so freaking good.
Absolutely. It's super freaking awesome. Super awesome. I have a question for you, Beardo.
Sure.
I have a question. Is the Nintendo Switch going to catch the DS and the PlayStation 2? There's the sales numbers right there.
We got a holiday season coming up. And we know that parents love to get the Switch Lite for their kids. But at this point, it's been out since what, 2017, 2018?
Yeah, it's been out for a long time. We've had the
Switch.
I don't think it's going to catch it. I don't think so
either.
I don't think so. I don't think it's got another. I don't think it's even going to hit 150 million total. It could, but I just don't see it, man. And I don't know if Nintendo's going to come out with anything. So this is the global hardware sales for video game systems. The PlayStation 2 is number 1 at 158 million. The Nintendo DS is number 2 at 154 million. And the Nintendo Switch at number 3 at 142 million. Then you have the Game Boy at 118 million and the PlayStation 4 at 117 million. Then the PlayStation 1 at 102 million. Then the Nintendo Wii at number 7 with 101 million. So those are the only consoles that have hit over 100 million. And so the Switch, it's kind of at the end, so I just don't think it's going to do it, and I don't think Nintendo cares about these things, because if they did, they would have probably tried to push the DS to number 1. So I don't think they actually care about like stuff like this. Sure. But I don't think it's going to happen. There's been a lot of speculation on could it happen, would it happen, but I don't think it's going to happen at this point in time. So it will be interesting, but we're probably in the last year of the Switch, and if we're in the last year of the Switch, there's no way in hell that they're going to move that many units. What, 115 more million or whatever basically is what they need to get to. I just don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah, unlikely, especially with the Switch 2 likely coming out next year. I don't think they're going to get there.
Which it will be called the Switch 2. It 100% will be called the Switch 2.
It should. It should. And I said it before, the Nintendo struck gold with the Switch. It's perfect because they've always been a handheld console and an at-home console. You had the Game Boys and then the 64, and then you had the Game Boy Advance and the GameCube, and then you had the DS and the Wii. And then finally they did it where they were able to have a at-home and a mobile console all in one. Brilliant. Do not fucking move away from this model, Nintendo. It should be the Switch 2, but I don't think Nintendo's going to do that. I think it's too simple for Nintendo.
Yeah, that's the thing, is Nintendo always does something out of the box. So I'm gonna probably start making some videos on Switch 2 speculation moving forward, because we're taking over Nintendo YouTube here, so we're gonna do it.
I'd love it for them to call it the new Switch.
Don't fucking do it.
The new Switch. I'd love that.
They probably are gonna call it something stupid. They're probably gonna call it something stupid.
The Switch next. The next Switch.
Super Switch U. Super Switch U.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, would do it. Nintendo would do some dumb shit like that, knowing them.
Mm-hmm. Clarence Knight with a $2. Ray even bested Luke. Insane. It's asinine. Paper Liger with a $10. Y'all talking about Beardo's Chicken Littles are just fatties who don't know what they're talking about. He's training to annihilate the wheelchair division. Yeah, this is true. Can't stand those cripples. Grandmaster Chris with a $5. How sad is it that the safest bet for Star Wars is a movie starring a repurposed Boba Fett and a repurposed Yoda? They need to recast Luke, Han, and Leia. Yeah, you're not wrong. You got Lod for a 9 months. Beardo, how was your Indic? Shut up. Gun Home Mac for an 18 months. I can't wait for season 2 of Ondor. It's called Off Door. Indictment. Thank you, Gun Home Mac, for the 18 months. Fable of Man for a 199. Do indictments involve Altoids?
There's always a new meme template when Beardo's around, man. There's always a new meme template.
I'm sorry. Lord Botham with a 199. Last Airbender getting an RPG from Saber Interactive. Interesting. I like the Avatar The Last Airbender. Ministry of Wrong Thing for a $5. Unlike his balls, new Beardo indictment just dropped. Crime failure to appear at leg day. Thank you. We got low underscore with a $10 asking is Disney bad at Star Wars? Is like asking, is Marburg hemorrhagic fever did I say that right? Hemorrhagic fever bad for your health? Or is Beardo bad at reading? It's the inversion of Beedridge Law. Thank you, low underscore.
There's never been a better time. There's never been a better time for this clip.
I know words. I have the best words. But there's no better word than stupid.
Thank you. Gunslinger with a $10. Beardo with the slip indictment. Thank you for the $10. The Exalted Patriarch with a $5 indictment. Why is there a C in it? Nothing better than watching my sick kid blow a snot rocket out of his nose when Beardo said that. I hope he's okay. Joker's Disciple with a $2. Trump face in a new in banana cornment. Beardo. That's crazy. Thank you, Joker's Disciple. Jay Frazier with a $5. Hail G&G today. Mahler's Alien Romulus, an unbridled parasite. Bridled? No, it's brittled. Parasite will be dropping soon. I'll be watching Drinkers film Rogue Elements. # Iron Age. Hey, shout out. Thank you for the $5. We got Ben Giles for a $5. Indictment equals indictment equals indictment equals indictment. I'm Beardo, and thanks for the $5, Ben Giles. The Paladin with a $2. Switch still has Pokemon Legends ZA next year. Yeah, but that game's also going to come out on the Switch too. Guarantee you Pokemon Legends ZA is going to be a launch title for the Switch too.
I'm still not convinced that's the case, but we'll see.
Well, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, those were launch titles for the Switch.
Yeah.
It's smart for Nintendo to have a Pokemon
they're going to have
game for the launch.
It would be smart. I don't think they're going to have a Mario Kart for launch, which would obviously be the best decision. They need to have a Mario Kart, a mainline Mario game. They need to come out of the gate strong on this thing, but I don't think they will.
Thank you for the $2. We got Andre CR for a 2,500 Space Invaders X indictment. Thank you. The 2,500. That's a lot of money. Jason Yankovic with a $2 Switch new.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's going to be called. All right, real quick, we're gonna. So we've got to talk about Rachel Zegler. There it is, right there. Rachel Zegler, I made a video on this. If you have not been following the situation with the live action I keep wanting to say Star Wars because Star Wars is just as much of a disaster as Snow White. But if you have not been following the situation with the live action Snow White, it's been bad. It's been bad. The backlash has been pretty much like nothing we've seen. And that even tops something like, say, The Little Mermaid. Maybe not quite that bad, but we're getting to that point. Because if you go over to the most recent trailer, 1.2 million downvotes to less than 100,000 upvotes. 1.2 million. And yesterday, she made it even worse. Rachel Zegler reveals that instead of skin as white as snow, Snow White live action will feature a new origin story for the princess's name. It fell back to another version of Snow White that was told in history, where she survived the snowstorm that occurred when she was a baby. And so the king and the queen decided her name, Snow White, was to remind her of her resilience. Holy shit.
Gay.
Holy shit. This is going to be a disaster. But now the desperation is setting in because now they've got Brandy to defend her.
Oh, no.
Brandy.
Who's Brandy?
Brandy is do you not know, or are you just asking me?
No, I'm being serious. Who's Brandy?
What? Like pop star from back in the day? She was also in the Cinderella live action from back in the day with Whitney Houston. How old are you?
Oh, yeah, I know Brandy.
She went to the prom with Kobe Bryant.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I know Brandy. Yeah. Okay.
You probably don't.
I know Rachel Zegler will be absolutely incredible in this role as Snow White. You're not taking on this role to fit the mold of the critics. You're doing this for every little Colombian girl who has yet to see themselves in a role like a Disney princess. Holy smokes.
Yeah. So this movie's only for Colombians, apparently.
Wow.
So the whole thing is Brandy was in a Cinderella movie a long time ago with Whitney Houston. If you can find me some, I guess some overt racism that was surrounding that film, I guess you can show me. I don't remember any of that happening. I don't remember anybody having a problem with it. I also don't remember any of the stars calling fans racist or sexist for having any opinions on it. I don't remember any preemptive attacks on the fans. And yet now they're bringing Brandy into it so she can basically say that this is only for Colombian girls now. What?
Wild, dude. Wild.
For let's see, you're doing this for the little girl that you once were, who grew up without representation of her Colombian culture. You are showing her that anything is possible for someone who looks like her, and that is the most important job in the world. Here we go. Good Lord, man. Like, how much more ridiculous can the rhetoric around this film get? Like, we are hitting another level. So Rachel Zegler did an interview with Variety, I believe. And they, I broke down that interview. I think I read it on another website, but she did not help the case. And she fell back on that everybody's racist and sexist that are going after her. And as I said in my video, which we have to qualify every time now, because all of these weirdos try to use this stuff against us. At no point in time have I or anyone that's connected me, advocated for people to harass these actors or call them all these horrible things or whatever. And in all reality, no one that I know actually does that. If you're doing that, you're an absolute fucking idiot, and you do nothing but make everything more difficult for people that have valid criticisms. So none of us support that whatsoever. But Rachel Zegler is being criticized for the words that she is saying, for the things that she's saying. She is attacking the fan base. She's attacking people because people are saying, like, going back to the interview where she said it was weird. And she said that the Snow White love story was because he was a stalker and how it's outdated. She's criticized the source material, which is one of the most beloved Disney movies of all time. Snow White came out back in the day. And honestly, if you look back on how much they had tied up into Snow White, like, without that being a success, I'm not sure the Disney company and Walt Disney would have been as successful as they were. Like, Snow White was a big, big moment for them as a company and for Walt Disney. And so Rachel Zegler has attacked that movie. And so people are sick and tired of this bullshit. She got hardcore Disney fans that are going after her. She's got people that are tired of her playing the identity politics role. And there's no one that's actually excited for this movie moving forward. So they're not making it any better right now at all.
What are the odds that Disney puts this movie just directly onto Disney Plus?
I think they have way too much into it. I think it's coming out in theaters. I think it's 100% coming out in theaters. They have too much behind it.
Yeah.
They have too much behind it. And I just don't see any scenario where they're actually going to release it straight to Disney Plus. I don't see any scenario where that happens.
Or if they do theatrical and you can rent it on Disney Plus. They did that with Black Widow, right?
Yeah, and that didn't work out too good for that movie.
No. But
I just don't see that. I don't see that at all.
What a disaster.
The Little Mermaid lost money.
Yeah, but they should put it straight to Disney Plus because it's easier to hide the numbers. It's easier to hide how bad it's actually going to be on Disney Plus, putting on a streaming service where theatrical, you're going to know. You're going to know exactly how horrible this movie performs.
Oh, yeah. And we will definitely be covering that for sure. So Rachel Zegler doing a great job of continuing to alienate people. And now you've got Brandy involved trying to help defend this movie. And it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to help. It's only going to hurt. And another painful lesson for Hollywood that they just cannot learn. The more you hire activists and the more you hire people that hate the source material, and the more that you hire people that hate the fan base, the worse that your return on your investment is going to be. And this is another classic case of that. So
yep.
There you go. All right, let's read some more super chats.
Crazy. We got Jackson loves Nintendo for a $5. Jeremy, please take over the Nintendo YouTube sphere. It's way too gay right now. Invite me on for some discussions. I'm autistic about Nintendo.
I really do want to make more Nintendo videos, so I'll be on the lookout. It's probably going to take a little while to break through. I guarantee if I make a generic like Nintendo Switch 2 speculation video, I might do it tonight. Over on how many views it gets. I think it's 20,000 over. You think
a Nintendo speculation video?
Yeah, Nintendo Switch 2. You think I'll get more than 20,000 views?
I think you're selling yourself short. I think you can pull out 50.
I don't know. I had to clickbait the hell out of it. I think 20,000 views is my ceiling for that.
No, I was just talking like 50 views.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying I think 20,000 is as much as I can get out of it. So we'll see. You think 50?
I like just 50. Not 50,000. I'm saying 50 views max, probably.
Oh, 50 views. So we'll see if I can get 20,000 out of it. We'll see.
We got Karnak for a 13 months. The new Nintendo console will be called the Power Switch. Turn on the fun. John Ambler for a $2 says read gooder. I'm trying. Pradinsky for a 4-month. Hail to the 199. Joker 2, what a disaster of a film.
Yes, that's what happens.
I saw Steph saw it on Twitter, and she did not like it.
Look, man, this is what happens when you have a movie that all the chuds liked and all the toxic fans. They're like, nope, we got to make it a fucking musical and put women in it. And I was like, okay, well, how'd that turn out for you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Fox Wolf for 10 months. Indictment. The C is always right. Okay. Thank you. Grand Potato for a 199. Are you dirty little boy, Beardo? Not. I shower. Thank you. CBS moderators for a $2. Unbridled and indictment, Beardo. Yes. Beardo's indictment for a $2. I was summoned. Thank you. We got Greedo Gaming for a 13 months. I agree with Jay. Don't we all? Tobias Nexus for a 10. Tomorrow, Silent Hill 2 Remake's review embargo is lifted, and the game releases on the 8th. Yet another nail in the coffin of the Silent Hill series because I don't trust Bloober Team to stay faithful. Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic for Silent Hill 2.
The Silent Hill games were great back in the day.
Yeah, I'm really into horror games, so I'm cautiously optimistic, but we'll see. It's not going to be a day one for me. I'm going to wait and look for some trusted reviews. But thank you for the $10 Tobias Nexus.
Well, so you mentioned horror games. So give the chat a couple of your favorite horror games for the month of October.
For this month of October, I'm going to run through the Resident Evil games. I'm also going to give Alien Isolation a try. I've never played Alien Isolation. I've heard good things about it.
Alien Isolation is supposed to be phenomenal. I haven't played it. I own it. I bought it specifically to play it, but I've heard it's great.
Yeah. Outlast. I'm going to give Outlast a shot. And Outlast Trials, I guess, is a co-op Outlast game. So I'm going to be playing that with some friends.
Outlast is fine. It doesn't hit the level of Resident Evil 1 or 4 for me. Those are still peak for me. Mm-hmm. And especially like, dude, when you played the OG Resident Evil back in the day for PlayStation 1, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that if you went and played Resident Evil 1 today, the OG, I don't think most people would like it because the controls are so bad. Mm-hmm. The camera angles are so bad. But, dude, back in the day, there ain't nothing like at that point in time. That was peak. That was peak gaming. And I'm like, we're never going to get better than this. We're never going to get these are the greatest graphics ever made.
Right.
Obviously, you know, the controls are an issue for people that didn't play it. But yeah, Resident Evil 4. Now I still haven't played the remake, but the GameCube Resident Evil 4 is goated.
Yeah, I love it.
That's one of the scariest gaming experiences ever. But to this day, the most freaked out I've ever been in a video game. Do you know what it is?
Most freaked out?
Most freaked out moment in a video game. You know this. We talked about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Arkham Asylum with the Scarecrow when he crashes the game.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, is there something wrong with me in this moment? Like, freaked me out, man. I was like, what is going on? That is still the freakiest moment that's ever happened.
People thought that their game was broken, and they boxed it up and went back to the store to try to turn it in. And they were told, like, no, like, it's part of the game.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, dude, that freaked a whole bunch of people out.
It was absolutely mind blowing, man. I was literally I'd set the controller down. I was like, is something wrong with me right now?
I knew something was up when it's like you're just walking through and then it starts clipping a little bit, and then you hear the intercom lady says, "Did you catch the football game last night?" And I'm like, "Football game? What?" And then it just crashes, and I'm like, "What the fuck just happened?" And then the Joker's driving the Batmobile to Arkham Asylum with Batman freaking out in there. Crazy
so
moment,
good, man.
Crazy
so
moment.
Good. Arkham Asylum is still my favorite. City's the best. Asylum is still my favorite, though. Small, contained story within Arkham Asylum is just so good, man.
Yeah, great stuff. I love the Arkham series. Oh man, it's between Resident Evil and Arkham for my favorite video gaming series of all time. Fantastic.
I mean, that's
games.
The thing is, like, a lot of people like to say like the Arkham games are the greatest, superhero games ever. I'm like, yeah, but they're arguably some of the greatest games ever. Like,
correct. Period. Yep. Mandalore with a $10. Rachel just can't help herself. I want them to keep interviewing her. I can't wait to see what she says next. She's putting on a masterclass of how to dig holes deeper. Never seen anything like it. Yeah, it's wild stuff to see, man.
City is the best, but Asylum has better atmosphere. Ho Hum says, and yeah,
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. We got Jason Yankovic with a $5. Snow White named after all of the drugs that whoever made these decisions to destroying Disney's most iconic movie were taking. Yeah. Lord of the Rings nerd for a $2. Snow Brown, a drug cartel cocaine story. Goji the King with a $10. Snow White must be a Colombian happy powder. Sniffs deep. Yeah. Cowboy Ninja with a $5. Walt spent every dollar, including leveraging his house, on Snow White. If it had failed, there'd be no Disney today. You're not wrong. Fun little fact right there. David Toscano for a $5. The Playboy Mansion on PS2 was awesome. I'd love for them to make a PS4, PS5 version. You ever play that game, Jeremy?
Which one?
Playboy Mansion.
I did not.
PS2. I didn't even know that there was a game like that. The Exalted Patriarch for the $5. Colombian Snow White. I hate Coke, but I love the way it smells. Zegler is insufferable. Brandy is still a babe. Who the fuck is Brandy? Freedom Corpse with the $5. Jeremy.
She went to the school dance with Kobe Bryant.
Okay, I'll be honest. I know fuck all about Brandy. Who's Brandy?
She was a pop star back in the day.
Yeah.
She was an actress. Hang on.
Oh, well.
Here, I'll show you right here. Hang on. Okay, let's see. We'll keep reading. I'm looking for it right now.
Okay, all right. Freedom Corpse with the $5. Jeremy, please play G.I. Joe PSA Computer.
PSA Computer? All right, let's see if I can find it.
G.I. Joe PSA Computer. Thank you, Pre-Dawn Corpse. We got Kratos Raptor for a $5. The Joker 2 equals put a woman in it and make it lame and gay. That's tough to see, man. They shouldn't have touched it. Just leave it alone. Crimson Cyborg for a $199. If you want a true horror game, play Star Wars Outlaws. Yeesh. Even I couldn't handle that one, man. Too scary. Darian Murphy for a $199. Beardo, play PT Demo. PT Demo? I'll add it to the list. Writing it in the notes right now. PT Demo. PT Demo. All right. Thank you, Darian Murphy.
Here's Kobe with Brandy. This is on the set of, like, he was, you remember Brandy? There's Kobe. Young Kobe Bryant. R.I.P. Kobe.
Yeah,
I still can't believe Kobe's not here, man.
Dude, it's wild, man. It's wild. It's one of those things that it's so hard to believe.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But
there's not enough cope for me to believe that Kobe Bryant's actually dead.
I know. It's wild, man.
But yeah,
you don't know who Brandy is, though.
I don't. Nope. Not a clue. Not a clue. Tomac with a $10. If you guys are looking for horror games, how about Fatal Frame? Those games are just full of nope for me. Fatal Frame. I'll add it to the list. Thank you, Tomac, for the $10.
You're gonna be playing. Are you gonna be playing scary games all month? Is that what you're gonna do?
Oh yeah. Yep. The entire month of October, I'm gonna be playing scary games.
I respect it.
Yep. Godzilla's Greaser for a 22 months. The System Shock series deserves a mention. Shodan is one of the greatest video game villains of all time. System Shock, huh? We got Sith for $5. Sith Eternium. There you go. I wasn't sure if the T was silent, if the second E was silent. I don't know. Silent letters are killing me today. Sith Eternium for $5. The makers of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Rocksteady, are being given one more chance to have been given a Batman game to do. Is that entirely true? I think that they're trying to get their hands on a Batman game. I don't know if that's been officially confirmed that they are making a new.
Did you
game.
Did you play Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League?
Absolutely not. I refuse.
I didn't think you would.
I refuse. After what they did. And listen, here's the thing about Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. They didn't know that Kevin Conroy was going to die. I understand that. This is still Arkham Batman. This is the most prime and raw Batman that we have ever fucking seen in comic books and movies and video games. Arkham Batman is really the definitive version of Batman. You're going to have that Arkham Batman. Harley Quinn is going to kill him point blank just by shooting him in the fucking face. Arkham Batman has dealt with much worse than Harley Quinn shooting him in the fucking head, okay? The complete and utter disrespect. And that is one reason enough alone. But the fact of all the weird, like, kinky shit with Harley Quinn and saying her fucking comments about Poison Ivy, and if you know about Poison Ivy is like a fucking kid in Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. It's what a disgrace that game was. So no, I was never going to touch that game.
Well, that's really that was the thing that really started this whole Gamergate too. You know, momentum and the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff and all of that. Like, that's really what started all of it. When you fuck with Batman, people are not going to put up with that shit. They're just not going to do it. What was the movie that the Batman is fascist? Was that Blue Beetle?
Oh yes,
yeah,
yes.
You know,
George Lopez.
And how'd that one work
fascist.
out? How did that one work out? How'd that one work out?
Yep.
Not too good. Not too good, did it?
You don't fuck with Batman.
Yeah, you just don't do it. You don't do it.
I would argue that Harley Quinn killing Batman, Arkham Batman point blank, is really, realistically, it's worse than what happened to Joel in Last of Us 2. It just didn't have the noise behind it because Naughty Dog was outright striking channels and getting, like, having people's Twitter accounts taken away. Your Twitter account got taken away for a meme.
Over a year, I lost my Twitter account because of Naughty Dog.
There was a little bit more noise with Abby and Joel because of what Naughty Dog was doing. If Rocksteady were to have taken that approach with the whole Harley Quinn killing Batman thing, I think it would have gotten more noise. It'd have been much bigger on Twitter. But I think Batman dying to Harley Quinn is worse. It's more of a disgrace than what they did to Joel.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you overall. But yeah, the way that Naughty Dog handled the situation is what escalated it so much. And of course, false flagging YouTube channels, this one, many others were on the brink of being completely deleted. Ultimately, we all won our appeals and everything like that. Then, of course, my Twitter account got taken away for the Scott Steiner meme. Big Abby pump as you hook up, holler if you hear me. And yeah. So fuck Naughty Dog forever. Like, seriously, fuck Naughty Dog forever.
Yep.
They never get forgiven for what they did. Never.
We got Sith Eternium. Oh, thank you. We just read that one. Thank you for the, how much? $5. We got Tobias Nexus with another $5. Bravely Default did that too. With the final boss erasing your save file and progress. Scared the hell out of me the first time losing all that time. Yeah, that's rough. Dio Brando with a $5. If Krista had any other job, she would have been fired by now for her terrible sickness record.
Dio Brando's like got a hate boner for Krista apparently.
Jeez.
So
Jeez.
He was bitching about her yesterday too. So
it's okay, Dio Brando. Just drink some milk. You'll get
I'm
over
sorry.
it.
I'm sorry you don't have a shot with her, buddy. I'm sorry. That's really what it's come down to. But I do encourage you to continue sending super chats to complain about it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, send all the super chats. Retro Nerd Bro with a $5. Resident Evil 4 remake on PlayStation VR is the single best gaming experience I've ever had. You don't play as Leon, you are Leon. It's incredible. Yeah, didn't that win like VR Game of the Year last year?
Did it? When did the Half-Life Alyx come out? That was a couple of years ago, I think. God, I want to play Half-Life.
That was like
Alyx.
22. Maybe 22. Maybe. I think Resident Evil 4 remake won VR Game of the Year. But anyways, moving on. We got Heart and Soul for a 10-month recommitment. Brandy is Ray J's sister. Kim Kardashian knows her. Okay, even more of a reason not to give a fuck. Taker for a $2. TMZ broke the Kobe story and people thought it was fake. I know. I couldn't believe it.
Ray J.
What?
So if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong here, chat. Ray J is Brandy's brother, and Ray J was the one in the Kim Kardashian video. In the way that he said it's like Kim Kardashian knows Ray J. Am I right about that?
Yes, you are right.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So
Osmora with a $5. Clive Barker's Jericho is one of the best horror games ever. Clive Barker's Jericho. All right, I'll check it out.
I want to. Oh, go ahead, get that one. Get that one.
Disco Cobra with a $20. So many things coming to light surrounding the P. Diddy stuff. So many top billing artists are tied to him. Nothing set in stone. Wonder if he will snitch on people to get a lesser sentence. Seems plausible if he stays alive that long.
Yeah, dude. The Diddy stuff. Actually, I'll probably need to make a video on this too because it is pretty fascinating how a lot of heads can roll with this one. A lot. So we will see if it gets bad. But I tend to think that not a lot's going to come from it because I'm sure that some of the powers that be are getting involved with this. I just can't see it. Like I don't think Diddy. If Diddy's actually going to roll and mention names, I think that the reality of it is he won't be around long enough to do that. I want to show something really quick because Joker 2, not looking good. Not looking good. So the opening weekend for Joker 2, $55 million. It's not looking good, man. The reviews are terrible. Saw the Rotten Tomatoes score drop below 50%. And this movie's going to be a massive step back. And really, this ultimately what this comes down to is, guess what? Too many chuds and too many toxic dudes liked the first Joker movie. And so Hollywood recognized we can't have that. We're going to turn this into a woman movie. We're going to turn this into a fucking musical. We're going to bring Lady Gaga into it. And we're going to feminize this. And that's just me saying, I haven't watched a review on this. I haven't watched anything. The first trailer came out. I said that I don't think it looks good. I got a lot of backlash for that when I said the first trailer didn't look good. A lot of people were like, oh, what are you talking about? This looks great, Jeremy. No, it fucking didn't. It didn't look good. The second trailer looked a little better. For sure, but overall, this movie was never going to be a good follow-up because they decided that the wrong people liked it. The wrong people liked the first movie, and there was no way that they could continue on and let that be the legacy of this movie. That's essentially what has happened right here. So,
and you got not Harley Quinn. This character doesn't resemble the true backstory to Harley Quinn at all. Lady Gaga is extremely unlikable, and the fact that it's a fucking musical, like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I don't. I'm not really I don't really like musicals. So there's only one musical that the Chads like. Okay, High School Musical. Okay, that's the real Chad alpha male.
That might be one of the gayest things you've ever said. I like at least pick a good one. At least pick a good musical. West Side Story is the only good musical. The OG West Side Story. That's the only good musical. What the fuck? High School Musical? The fuck are we doing?
I really haven't seen I haven't even seen Sweeney Todd, man. I don't watch musicals. I can't. What was the one that came out with Ryan Gosling that everybody likes?
Oh man, what?
La La Land.
Oh yeah.
I just don't. I can't. I don't do musicals, man. I don't like musicals. Has
Yeah.
there ever been a musical that I liked?
Chat's saying that Nightmare Before Christmas is technically a musical.
I guess technically, yeah.
But then that could be any Disney movie.
Yeah,
Any Disney movie could be a fucking musical.
Yeah, by that standard, you could.
Grease, yeah, Grease. Okay.
I don't fucking care. I don't like musicals. I just don't like them. I haven't seen. I haven't. There was another one people mentioned. Fuck. I saw it go by. I haven't seen it, but it's one people.
Wizard of Oz.
No. Team America World Police. All right, Team America World Police is okay. That's actually a good one. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, I just don't do The Greatest Showman. Yeah, I haven't seen that one either. I haven't seen The Greatest Showman. I know a lot of people have mentioned that one's a good one. I'm not a big musical fan.
Yeah, like if you're a grown
High School Musical's the only one, man. That's the greatest musical ever.
That's so fucking gay. That's so gay, dude. That's wild. West Side Story is like the only good one. Grease, I'll give Grease a pass. All the other ones are fucking gay. Like, unless your wife or girlfriend, like, not even your wife, unless like you're in a new relationship with a girl and she's gonna drag your ass to a musical and just maybe you get the chance of getting laid afterwards because you went to go see this movie, the musical, maybe then, okay? But dude, musicals are gay.
I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan.
Jessica Avery with a $2. PT isn't available anymore, Beardo. Pretty sure. What? All right. Thank you. Is that really with Jensen Ackles? Or is that Photoshop? Did you really meet Jensen Ackles?
Yeah, it looks like a Comic-Con picture.
Yeah. CBS moderators with a $2, making us look better with every word flubbed. Thanks for the $2. SBZ with a $2. Alien Isolation is the real continuation of Alien. I'm looking forward to it, man. Jesus Davila with a $5. If you're thinking of playing horror games this month, may I suggest Pacify. It's only $5 on Steam, and it's co-op up to 4 players. Pacify. Thank you very much for the suggestion. I'll check it out.
You're getting a lot of suggestions today.
I know. I might have too many games to too many games that. Here we go. Pacify. Add it to the list right now. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus Sevilla, for the $5 and the suggestion. Barbecue Pits with a $1.99. What happened with Joel? Didn't play that game. He died like a bitch. He died like a fucking bitch. Yeah, he got his head beat in by Big Abby Pump with a golf club. Crimson Cyborg with a $1.99. The true Latin hero is Rey Mysterio. Fuck Blue Beetle. Disco Cobra with a 5. Quick question. How do y'all swap between just the panels and screencasts? Like if you want to look at something on live, I use OBS, so I'm not sure. We're using StreamYard, and StreamYard has a built-in program for that. So OBS, it's a little bit more tricky, but you can set scenes up. But StreamYard is pretty easy. We got Bender Alyssa.
Go ahead and get that. Go ahead and read that one.
Bender Alyssa with a $31. Hey, Jeremy, will the port strike affect the shipping of the iDot t-shirts? I'm hoping to wear them at the Cricket. Also, what are your thoughts on the PS1 Crash Bandicoot games and PS2 Jack and Daxter games? 199 iDot.
I shouldn't. I will double check on that, and I'll have an answer tonight on CobraCast. Crash games, I was a big fan of those. Jack and Daxter, I did not play those. And I specifically love the Crash Team Racing games. Crash Team Racing are fucking fantastic. But I want to, just because I mentioned kart racing games, Mod Nation Racers never gets talked about. And that game was fucking awesome. I can't believe that game did not get more love. What about you? Did you like?
I played Crash Bandicoot and Crash Team Racing. I didn't play Jack and Daxter. I was playing Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank was my thing back in the day on PS2.
Hell yeah.
I love Ratchet and Clank. I got a good PS5 game too.
A lot of Crash Team Racing fans in the chat, but yeah, Crash Bandicoot those games were always great. But hey, look, did you know that President Trump commented on Joel's death in
oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here. Yeah, right here.
Baghdadi was vicious and violent, and he died in a vicious and violent way. as a coward, running and crying. This raid was impeccable and could only have taken place with the acknowledgement and help of certain other nations and people. I want to thank the nations of Russia, Turkey, Syria, and Iraq. And I also want to thank the Syrian Kurds for certain support they were able to give us. This was a very, very dangerous mission.
Oh, damn. I want to get to the part where he died like a dog. Did I skip past
He will
You
never
die like a dog.
another innocent man who has caused so much hardship and death has violently been eliminated. He will never again harm another innocent man, woman, or child. He died like a dog. He died like a cow. The world is now much safer.
He died like a dog. He was crying like a little baby. And Akmaman with a $2. Blues Brothers is the only good musical. Okay. I respect that. We got Predon Corpse with a $2 G.I. Joe PSA computer.
Okay. Here, let's see. I did pull it up.
Fable of Man with a $5. You could beat Jeremy with the straightest stick and he'll still be gay as hell.
All right, here we go.
Oh, hell no. What's up, dog?
Nikki,
What?
I'm a computer. Stop all the downloading. Help computer.
I don't know much about computers other than the one we got in my house. My mom put a couple games on there and I played.
G.I.
What? What? Okay.
Oh, shit.
Joker's Disciple with a $2 Beardo stream RECV. Wanna see that tyrant indictment you. Okay. RECV. Is that a troll or is that a real game? Do I look it up? RECV. All right. Add it to the list. Thank you, Joker's Disciple. We got Trizik with a $10. Jeremy and Beardo, you're both wrong. The best musicals are Little Shop of Horrors and the original Wiz, period. Wizard of Oz?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's exceptions to the rule, but generally speaking, I'm not a fan of musicals.
Oh, Code Veronica.
Code Veronica's fantastic. Code
Yes,
Veronica's
okay.
good. Have you played Code Veronica?
No, I haven't.
Code Veronica's really good.
Have not played Code Veronica.
Code
Gotcha.
Veronica's awesome.
Gotcha. Resident Evil Code Veronica. My bad. That one went right over my head. Supposedly Capcom's working on a remake for Code Veronica. I'd love to play that. Gonzo Sean with a $2. South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut Best Musical. There you go. That's a sneaky entry right there. Christian Rocker with a 199. I put on the Geeks and Gamers shirt and instantly liked men. What the fuck? Momus Mouse with a $10. I'm on Beardo's side with not knowing who Brandy is. I'm almost 60 and Brandy was a mere blip in the pop genre, Jeremy. Jeremy is acting like Brandy was as big as Jackson or Prince. Shut the fuck up.
All right, I never act like she was bigger than Jackson or Prince, but Brandy was a pretty big pop star back in the day. She's a pretty big pop star, and she was in TV and she was in movies. So she was kind of the trifecta of all things entertainment. She was a pretty big deal. I never acted like she was as big as Michael Jackson. You shut the fuck up.
but thank you for the $10. Kratos Raptor with a $5. You're both wrong. The musical is Little Shop of Horrors. Paula Dan with a $2. The Producers, Blues Brothers, Book of Mormon. The Producers, yeah. I need to watch that movie again. It's been a long time. Morpheus with a 1 month. South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut was the best musical ever. Yep. The Dude with a 5. Watching a show with a couple of figs talking about their favorite musicals, let it be known we're not the bigots the mainstream media claims us to be. Hey. Diz the Jizz with a 199. Ryan's favorite musical, Springtime for Hitler.
God damn it.
And Nakmaman for a $5. If you haven't played the Ghostbuster game that features the original cast, you should. It's one of the greatest games ever made.
One of the greatest games ever made.
According to Nakmaman. We got Misled for a $1.99. Little Shop of Horrors is pretty good. Jessica Avery with a $5. I met him last year at SPN DC Con. You just noticed my pick? Yeah, well,
she's had that pick for a while.
Yeah, sorry, Jessica Avery. Yeah, I just noticed. Thank you for the $5. Shout out to Jensen Ackles. Orange Gonton with his 16 months. Hail 199. Beardo, I went to the doctor and I definitely have a virus. Doc put me on liquid-only diet for the next 24 hours. I'm sorry to hear that, Orange Gonton. Hopefully you feel better soon. T's and P's for Orange Gonton.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Diz the Jizz with a 15-month recommitment. Ryan's favorite musical, Springtime for Hitler. Jason Yankovic with a $5. These are tons of great musicals. The Muppets, Wizard of Oz, Singing in the Rain, Wizard of Oz, Willy Wonka, West Side Story, and far more. Did you put Wizard of Oz there twice for a specific reason? West Side Story, man. That's a good one. Shin Kisaki with a $5. You guys forgot about Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and Jesus and JC Superstar. Jesus Christ Superstar? Is that the full name?
Did you say Did you say Jesus JC?
Well, I wasn't
Superstar. Jesus Christ Superstar.
Okay, Jesus Christ Superstar. If that's the name, I wasn't sure if he was saying like saying the Lord's name in vain. Superstar. I don't like saying the Lord's name in vain.
That's not what you do.
I wasn't sure what it was. I've never heard of Jesus Christ Superstar. I've never heard of it. I just thought he was saying, no, don't what the fuck me. No, I didn't want to say the Lord's name in vain, okay? I don't like doing that. Don't what the fuck me. Come on. I just didn't want to say the Lord's name in vain. Jeez Louise. Thank you. Philip Johnson for a $1.99. You've explained who Brandy is, but who is Cody Bryan? Jeez Louise. Cody Bryan.
Look at that picture. Look at that picture of me. By the way, I was making a point of like how everybody's making a big deal about like people that have watched wrestling after the Vince McMahon documentary. They're making a big deal. Like, I can't believe Vince McMahon was like this. So I showed this interview. You don't know anything about Vince, okay? If you were to see this from all these years ago, what would you think about this guy right here?
Whatsoever for their untimely deaths, none whatsoever.
Asking you if it's in any way, shape, or form falls on your shoulders.
I would accept no responsibility whatsoever for their untimely deaths, none whatsoever. As far as, and you've got that little look on your face like, geez, Vince, how can you possibly say that?
Well, but none whatsoever. I mean, they wrestled for you. They were part of your organization. They worked a couple of hundred nights a year for you. They lived this lifestyle.
Oh my God, you can't believe. Oh, can you see that look? I mean, how can you possibly say that, Vince? How can you look that way and you're giving me the old sympathetic
No, I'm not.
stuff?
I'm honestly curious.
Because I told you.
This man is unhinged as fuck.
Dude, he does not care.
He's ready to beat the fuck out of this guy. And people are like, Vince, I'm so shocked that Vince was this way. I'm like, what are you talking about? Have you ever seen the Bob Costas interview where he almost beat Bob Costas' ass?
No.
Oh, dude, he was going to beat the fuck out of Bob Costas. Let me see if I can find that one. You can keep reading. I'll show you the Bob Costas
one. Of my favorite clips of athletes are, I guess, like beating up reporters. Remember when Neil Everett fought Jim Rome?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, Jim Everett.
Jim Everett. Jim Everett. He kept calling him Chris Everett, the female tennis player, and he wanted to fuck up Jim Rome.
Yeah.
That's a great clip.
I 100% remember that one.
Martin Stanek with a $200 with the attitude towards musicals. I think you guys would like the guy who didn't like musicals. You would see yourself represented. Twisted, the untold story of the royal vizier is good too, in my opinion.
I don't know, man. Musicals just don't work. I don't know. For me, anyway. I know it works for a lot of people. All right, he about beat the fuck out of Bob Costas right here.
Here now, Vince McMahon. Thanks for coming, Vince. Can you guarantee me right now that there will be a year 2 for the XFL?
What a ridiculous statement.
It's not a statement, it's a question.
It's a question. I beg your pardon. It's a question. No.
To be a grand scale failure.
You want to let me finish here for a second, pal? Shut your mouth and let me answer the question, all right? I'll be happy to answer. You got a situation that you don't know what you're talking about.
Vince, we've got to go.
Oh, it's too bad. This is such a delightful show, Bob. And thank you so much for having me on.
I appreciate your coming on.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a delight.
He was ready to beat the shit out of Bob Costas.
That is fucking roid rage.
Yes.
He's juiced up, and dude, that's a quick fucking temper switch right there. That is roid rage from Vince right there. That is wild.
He's ready to beat some ass. So my whole point is everybody's fucking acting. Everybody's watched wrestling. They're all acting like they're so shocked, and it's like, you're not shocked. We all knew Vince was like this. Okay, so he's a psychopath, but he's a fucking genius. Okay, he's an absolute genius. And I always say it's like the line in A Few Good Men. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. Like Vince built a $1 billion worldwide industry by being a crazy fucking lunatic, and everybody was okay with it because they were all getting paid. And now suddenly it's like, Vince was so mean. Vince, shut the fuck up. You all knew what Vince was, and you had no problem with it. He made millionaires on top of millionaires on top of millionaires by being this guy. And now suddenly all these fucking phonies are acting like they're all shocked about it. It's bullshit.
Wild. And Aquaman with a $2 G.I. Joe PSA pork chop sandwiches is the best one.
There's
Taker
a lot
with
of those.
There's a lot of them. Taker with a 5. That G.I. Joe clip lied. Inner city children of color don't know the word computer per New York Governor Kathy Hochul. Yeah. She did say that, didn't she? Nico Lex, Mage IDOT for a $10. Jeremy, massive fig, probably biggest fig of all time. Beardo, also team fig. Go eat corn the long way. That Breeing said excited for the San Antonio meet. No homo.
Let's go.
Well, there you go.
It's gonna be awesome.
You just about said it all. Yeah, San Antonio is gonna be lit.
Yeah.
Ryan West, Mr. West, with a $2. Brandy killed someone. Kind of ended her career. She did.
Yeah, she killed somebody driving.
Jeez.
The lore gets deep.
Jeez Louise. Didn't Kris Jenner also kill somebody in a car accident?
That's what Brandy.
Bruce Jenner.
Brandy pops up to defend Rachel Zegler, and everybody's like, "Hey, by the way, you killed a person."
Yeah. Wow. Didn't you kill somebody? Gavin Free Nunn with a $5. Are you guys looking forward to the Skibidi Toilet movie? Do you think it'll come out before World War III? God, I hope not. They're making a movie?
I didn't know that.
I just found out about Skibidi Toilet like a couple weeks ago. Crimson Cyborg with a $10. Trump, despite his flaws, is a great man. Great men like Martin Luther King Jr. frequented prostitutes and used cocaine, and he was accused of being a communist by the media. Sound familiar? Trump 2024.
Let's freaking go.
Let's go. You got Raiden Roach for a 9 months. Sounds like you do actually like more than one musical, Beardo. Closet musical guy. I literally said West Side Story and what was the other one? Grease are like the only musicals that are fine in my book.
Here it is. Brandy involved in fatal California car crash. R&B singer Brandy was involved in a 4-way freeway crash last month that left a 38-year-old woman dead. I thought it was a dude. California authorities said yesterday. Let's see. The 27-year-old actress-singer was driving a 2007 Land Rover on the 405 when the collision occurred. She failed to slow down and struck the back of a 2005 Honda at about 65 miles an hour. So... Peace. And she was not charged in this. So, yeah, but that did happen.
Wild. Double Hawk with a $2. Avenue Q is the best musical. Never heard of it. Nico Lex with a $5. Beardo, trim your beard. It's a little aggressive on your face. Anticipating another freak out. I'm just going to keep growing my cheek hair even longer now.
Dude, I was in my living room, and I have what do I have? I think I have like a 75-inch TV, and an old Cobra cast just popped up, and it was when I had like all my facial hair, and I'm like, fuck, that looked bad. I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? Fuck, why did you guys watch me with that shit? And like I didn't trim it. I'd never trimmed it up or anything. It looked horrible. And then there were other ones where I trimmed it up and actually like did something with it. I was like, okay, that looks a little better. But when it was grown out, it looked fucking horrible, man. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? So yeah.
Yeah, we just didn't say anything because we thought it was funny. Shadow saying for a $5. Shout out to my man JC. Shout out. We got Great Con for a 4-month recommitment. Blues Brothers, the Commitments, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show are the top 3 best musicals ever made. They'll make a man out of you both. I'm good. In Aquaman with the $5. The Ghostbusters game is basically Gears of War with Ghost and Bill Murray. If you like Gears of War, you'll like it. I'll check it out. See what's up. Joker's Disciple with a 5. Jeremy would be shit. Jeremy would be a shit necromancer. He didn't want Prince to come back to the dead to sing for all of our amusement. Hope DHS indicts you, Jeremy. Thank you. James OP with a $20. I agree with Beardo on the Lord's name. Thank you for the $20. Tobias Nexus with a 5. There's some real horror stories that come out of making of Wizard of Oz, including nearly killing actors from the copper and the iron-based paint. Yeah, crazy stuff from the Wizard of Oz. Thank you, Tobias Nexus. We got Disco Cobra with a 5. So Vince was always just off his rocker. I always think these over-the-top personalities are chill behind the scenes. Maybe not so much for some.
Vince was not chill behind the scenes. Vince was not chill at all. Vince was an absolute crazy person. He always was.
And Aquaman with a $2. Costas is a commie. He deserves that treatment. Okay. Night Stealer with a $10. 10 months. Jeez. I did not know that Jeremy, a homosexual man, had so much in common with Pat Patterson. Nico Lex with a $5. You guys are so fucking funny. LOL. I appreciate the content. Trump 2024. Thank you, Nico Lex. We got Derek Beller with a $5. Took my 9-year-old son to see Skillet in concert last night. VIP ticket. Skillet is based in anti-woke. By the way, Beardo looks like the lead singer. I love Skillet. Skillet's great. Shout out, man. That's
Vault
cool.
95 over on Rumble says, update, beat Mercenaries 2 during Cobra Cast. Villain and some of his boys survived the nuclear bunker bust. The final fight took 8 tries and the villain defeated. Everybody pays. Congratulations, brother. Let's see. Abub says, hooray, it's Beardo Day. Does he have a channel? No.
It's my day? Oh, like daily day?
Yes. You don't have a Rumble, though. Why are you not on Rumble?
I do have a Rumble. I just don't do anything with it.
Why?
I don't know. I'll get to it.
It's gay.
Yeah, you can follow me.
Two's News says, will Nintendo release a Switch 2, then a few months later release a variant with the upgraded OLED screen or some other upgrade? I find that practice scummy. I don't know. I mean, they didn't release they didn't release the Switch OLED a few months after they released the original Switch, so it took some time. And then Two's News says a White Christmas was good. Saint Bowser says play the clip of Trump tackling Vince. Anything you play WWE is going to get hit, so I try to stay away from it playing their actual like on-air stuff. B. Barrett says Acolyte is the gayest Star Wars show. Agatha is the gayest Marvel show. Neither one is as gay as Jeremy. Vault 95 says one of the greatest musicals ever was The Blues Brothers, released in 1980. Vault 95 says, would Manhunt for PS2 count as a game for Beardo to play this month? I think so.
What game?
Manhunt on PS2.
All right.
Look it up.
Manhunt.
John Goat says better to stagger releases for the months following launch. Sony put out Sackboy: The Big Adventure, a great co-op platforming game at the PS5 launch, but it was lost in the shuffle of all launched games. Naders says, does Beardo Straighten Banana have an indictment? Is that how you said it? Indictment?
Yeah.
John Go says Baby Yoda still wasn't original. He's just a cute version of the beloved OT character. He didn't get popular because of anything they wrote or developed. Not sustainable, surface level. Ball 95 says Space Invaders X was the first game to cross $1 billion. Trust the bro science.
Trust the bro science.
iCount says Beardo needs I earn to read. That's exactly what it says. John Goat says Super Switch is a cooler name than Switch 2. I just don't. It's not about coolness. It's about how can it connect with people. You know what I mean? So that's the way I look at it. You know what I mean? Next PS should copy Switch and have mobile and home versions of the same library. Well, that's the thing. They all try to copy Nintendo. Pat says, my indictment is erect. Darth Mixbud says, I joined late and literally the first thing I hear when I join is Jeremy is gay. Welcome to a Geeks Gamer stream. All right. What do we got on YouTube?
Yeah. We got a few more here. We got Gavin Free None with a $5. Beardo, you're going to shave your beard. Beardo, you're going to shave your beard and donate the hair to Ryan's eyebrow fund. And we'll rename you from Beardo to just Doe. It has been decided. When? Gotta let me know. Spirian with a gifted membership. Thank you, Spirian. And we got Shadow Sand with a $5. You can show a video, just EFAP it. Go frame by frame.
Yeah, it's still. I've been hit on WWF stuff. With going through it very slowly.
Sometimes we'll get you. Alistair McGregor with a 199. Rock Opera Quadrophenia and Tommy. Quadrophenia. There you go. I said that right. Thank you, Alistair, for the 199. We're all caught up.
We're at the end. We got Cobra Cast tonight. What do you got going on, Beardo?
Thursday Night Football. And I don't know. I might play some scary games tonight. Who knows?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. All right. You got a huge list. People throwing you a ton of lists, games for your list. So I'll check that out.
Yep.
But yeah, so make sure you check it out either on Beardo's channel, Fear the Beardo, and then of course D-Day Cobra. Yep. Create Channel says worst duo on daily. Isn't Create Channel the one we memed to get
yes.
IDOT? Yeah.
Create Channel, yeah, that was IDOT.
Yeah. So but that's the you're the worst pirate ever. It's like, but you have heard of me.
But you have heard of me.
You have heard of me right there. So but thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. Hope you have a great evening, great day, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye everyone.
Bye guys.